my teachers gave me Henny Penny to read, again, for the 4th time in a row, for the 4th year. My IQ was very low, in the moderately retarded range. They stereotyped me, thinking people with my cognition couldn't learn anything at all, so they taught me nothing of value. I told you about our move to Minnesota and my inclusion in general ed classes, but I didn't tell you about the 10-year legal battle we won. I didn't tell you the judge ordered the school district that I be allowed to go to school where we lived. I didn't say we moved because we moved and lost all my friends and family back in California to the move to Minnesota. Today, I didn't tell you how hard it is to have cognitive disabilities and not have very many friends. Today I'm here to talk about a word used to describe people like me. It is a word that excludes people from society, and it's a word that quiets a minority group. I'd like you to pledge not to use the R word. You know, the word retard. Let's talk about the R word. Why is using it hurtful? According to the Joseph P. Kennedy Jr. Foundation, the R word has been used to describe people with cognitive disabilities since it was made up. The Spread the Word to End the Word website, updated in 2013, says whenever the R word is used in a negative context, you are putting people with intellectual disabilities down. Even if you're not trying to be offensive to these people, you are still being offensive, period. In a 2010 journal article by Brock Bastian and Nick Haslam from the Australian Centre for Peace and Conflict Studies, they discuss dehumanization as excluding others from society. The R word dehumanizes people with intellectual disabilities and quiets their voices. People with intellectual disabilities already have quiet voices, so dehumanizing them excludes them from society even more. On October 12th, 2012, Ann Coulter described President Obama as the R word. A few days later, John Franklin Stevens, a Special Olympics athlete, showed up on Piers Morgan Tonight. He said the word retard was offensive, and that he should not be a symbol for someone who is dull and shallow. Quoting further, John said, if they wanted to use me as a symbol, use me as a symbol for someone who fights adversity. Now that I've told you a little bit why the R word is hurtful, let's talk about naming it, claiming it, and taming it. What can you do if you want to stop but accidentally use it? It's important to notice that you said it. That's called naming it, which in turn makes you take responsibility for, or rather, it calls attention to the problem. Admit that you said it, or from there, forgive yourself and try again. Admit that you said it, and you're trying to change your ways. That's called claiming it. Claiming it causes you to take responsibility for your words. And realize that it takes some time to change old habits. In a 2009 European Journal of Social Psychology, entitled How Habits Are Formed, Modeling and Habit Formation in the Real World, by Lally and others, researchers found that it took an average of 66 days for the habit to become integrated into their lives. Try again using a different word. This is called taming it. This makes up for your mistake and builds a positive history of success. Now that you know the R word is hurtful, and now that you know how to correct the mistakes, I ask you to flip that paper that I gave to you earlier and sign your name right now, pledging you will help me try to end the use of the R word. Today, hopefully I encouraged you to pledge to help me to stop the use of the R word, because it is hurtful, and I told you how to name it, claim it, and tame it. Your cooperation will make this world a better place, and thank you for helping people like me have a louder voice.